Hello, my friends. Finally online. Pleasure to be here streaming in English for you as well. Hi for you there. My name is John Silva. I am from Portugal and I am here to help you creating good habits and destroy the bad habits to help you create the life you want or the life you deserve. But let's say the life you want. Okay, so it will be a pleasure and an honor to be here teaching what I know best or what I feel it can work best. And this is my first stream in English talking about habits, so let's see how it goes. I hope you understand and comprehend that this is my first stream in English talking about habits, so if you can have a little empathy for that, I'll be glad. Okay. So let's start about what we'll do on this live stream. So, first of all, we are going to talk about 7 segments that are based on the book from James Clear, Atomic Habits. Okay, so the 7 segments that we are talking to talk about are these ones. I named them this way. So they are you can come out from the hole you are. So the objective of this segment is to inspire and motivate you to get out from a bad place to a good place, no matter what. Okay, so no matter the beast you are, or if someday you get to go there, no matter what, you can overcome that. So it's a story of inspiration and motivation. Okay, that's the objective of segment one. Why small habits make the difference. Segment two that we are going to talk about here. Okay, so the objective is to show that progress is in continuous repetition and not in huge massive action, but in small portions along the way. Okay, very interesting one. 1% every day. I think the name speaks a little bit for itself, but it's to underline the importance of small improvements, just 1% every day over time. Okay, so next one, how progress really looks like. Okay, I'm going to show you a metaphor here for how progress really looks like in real life, and I feel these concepts will be very good for you, very beneficial for you, if you can incorporate them and see when they are happening in real life, because it will be easier to overcome obstacles and setbacks and get the head into the right place and continue do whatever you want. Okay, and maintain or just maintain well-being. Just maintain well-being. It doesn't need to be just performance. Okay, so the peak of your potential is the next segment where I'm going to talk about where and how is the process to get to the peak of your potential in real life. Okay, that it is a nice segment as well. The next, systems, not goals. So why it's beneficial to build systems and focusing on creating systems, not goals, objectives. And the last one, 4 problems from focusing on your goals. So it's a continuation from the last one. Why it's not so good to just focus on the objectives, on the goals. Okay, so I think we're good to start. Um, so let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's go to the first one. Oh shit. In English, please. Okay. So you can come out from the hole you are. Okay. So no matter what, no matter where you are, you can get out from that place and go to a better place. And a cool story from the book Atomic Habits is the story of the British cycling team. They were in a really, really bad place, okay, in terms of results and even image, because the manufacturers of bicycles were refusing to sell them material bicycles. Okay, but why? Because they were having such bad results that the companies were afraid of people associating the bad results with the brand, so they refused to sell them bicycles. To give you some more context, in 100 years they won zero Tours de France, which is one of the um, biggest races in cycling, and they only won one Olympic medal in more than 100 years. Okay, so they were in a really, really bad place, but with a strategy, a philosophy, with a beautiful mind, the mind of Dave Brailsford, they they were able to reverse this trend, and very, very quick, very fast. How they did this? Well, they did this with the aggregation of marginal gains. The aggregation of marginal gains is looking gains, no matter how margin, how small, how invisible they are, to add them up one on top of each other and let them accumulate into, well, big results. And which results they were? Well, I will tell you. The results were that in 5 years, in 2008, the Olympic Games, they won 60% of the medals there, and in Peking. And 2012 London, they brought home um, loads of medals, and they established 9 Olympic records and 7 world records. Okay, so they start seeing. Oh, and just to finalize, they also won 6 Tours de France in 7 years. Okay, 100 years winning zero, and then in 7 years they won six. Okay, and they started seeing these huge results just in 5 years, less than 5 years. Okay, and in practice, and I'm going to have it in a moment, what they did. Well, they did different things, but some of them was trying different types of gel massages to see which one lead to better recovering from the training, from the racing. And I believe that's a little bit normal or expectable from a team, right? Redesigning seats, seeing which clothing were best for racing, but, well, they even went to areas that I find more interesting or maybe not expectable, like hiring a surgeon to teach them how to wash their hands more efficiently, so they could decrease the probabilities of getting a flu, of catching a cold. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it really is. And you can use this to inspire yourself if you want. From going from a really bad place, it is possible to go to a better place, or actually the best, one of the best places in the world. They went from being the worst from the best teams in the world. Okay, and this is the same for habits, because you need to start small to create a habit, or you should start small. Except if you are those persons that say, I will create a habit, and you are bald as hell and strong, and you are one of those rare individuals that from day to night to day you can start doing whatever you want. That's awesome. But for most people, you should start small, very, very small. Like, for example, if the goal is to start doing exercise in the first days, in the first weeks, let's start really small, so small that you maybe don't even exercise, but you do steps and you automatize steps that are needed to automatize the habit of doing exercise. For example, well, you start by just dressing your clothes, your exercise clothes, for example, okay? And you start creating like that habit, and then along the way you expand a little bit along the weeks until it's full automatic. Okay, that is for exercise, for example, and for any other habit or whatever you want to achieve. Okay, so mini resume. It is possible to get out of the hole you are and get amazing results. Look at the story of the team led by Dave Brailsford. They went from 100 years with zero Tours de France won to six victories in 7 years with the aggregation of marginal gain strategy. The same is for habits. To achieve the creation of a habit, a full creation, you need to start small and expand the habit through time. For example, if you want to exercise, just start every day by putting the exercise clothes and no more, and you expand a little bit along the way and getting those marginal gains from the automaticity, you win. Okay, that's segment one, my friends. So let's go to the second one. Okay, why small habits make the difference? Easy. There's a tendency to think that huge gains or success requires huge, massive action. Suddenly, boom! Okay, like bold, strong, from zero to everything. Suddenly, no, that's not the truth. The truth, okay? Success requires continuously repeating what you are or what you want to be, or in this case, the habit. For example, if it is writing jokes every day to be an excellent comedian, for example, okay, and it's those small habits every day, small habits that make and gives you the results over time. Okay, and even the intention or just the intention is good, and you should give yourself an high five or a hug or whatever you want, or congratulate yourself for that, because intention plus variable of time and strategies, it's all you need to build a habit. It's just a question of time. If you maintain the intention and test strategies, it's a matter of time to get the habit you want. Okay, and an example for this, or in case for the result that a habit can give. Okay, like is an example, Ronaldo didn't won the golden ball necessarily because of the scores, let's say, but that was a huge part of success. But especially because of the continuous work he did previously. Okay, so let's say this is the scores, and behind there's a huge massive work daily, invisible. Okay, and that includes, for example, the 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 kicks, train how to learn to kick, dribble, train, exercise the muscles. Okay, even mentality, communication to team. Okay, and those 1% gains help to achieve those massive results that we see later, and that's why small habits make the difference. You know, from going to eating one candy per day or per week to zero. No, it's a small gain but makes a difference over time on your health. Okay, or a small habit like putting a bottle of water on your table, it will help you to be a lot more healthier, okay, over time than just not having this over here, okay? And it's a small habit. Drink water. Small habit. Drink water. Eat less candy. It will increase your chances of being very healthy, okay? And this is for everything. Before you become an expert, you need those small habits. You need those small huge learnings from experience, from setbacks. That is for habits, and to create habits, and from the results you will see from habits. Okay, we don't need an astounding action and to create a new habit. We just need, actually just need to do the minimum that we can, or be below a level that will be considered exhausting, okay, because we want to create as well a good relationship with the habit. So, okay, my friends, so we are always walking into a direction, and that direction can be aligned what we want to be or what we don't want to be, and those small habits make the difference and accumulate every day. Okay, um, that's it for this segment, my friends. Okay, so mini resume: why small habits make the difference. Small habits make the difference because they accumulate along the way and will help you become the person you want. For example, to be healthy, just the small habit of having this water bottle on my table will help me a lot becoming healthier. And even just the the removing of the small habit like eating candy will help me and you a lot along the way to become more healthy. Just drinking more water and removing like uh, the candy you used to eat, for example. Okay, small habits compound into huge gains. You will be more healthy and more happy. For example, 1% every day. This is a classic, my friends. I'm going to my friend Paint. Okay, Paint. Let's go. Okay, my friends, Paint. So, this is to show you that small improvements matter. Okay, if you improve 1%, just 1% every day, you will get 30 times better than you are today on a task, for example, on an ability to do something, or in being something. Okay, and a habit helps you on that. Okay, even 20 minutes of studying, even it's a headache, it's exhausting, it's 100 it's 1%, it will help you along the way. Okay, and it's part of the journey, let's say. Okay, but why 37 times better, not 365? Well, because of compound effect, right? One 1% of a million, it's 10,000. If it's euros, that's some cool money or good money. But 1% of 100 is not a lot, right? If you're talking euros, but if we add up along the way, we will get better and better and better and better each day. This is for creating habits, for creating one habit, or for the results that a habit can give us. Okay, small improvements, small repetitions, small intentions, they add up along the way. Okay, if we maintain and persist, right? Yeah, so I hope this will help you understand a little bit of the 1% philosophy. So, mini resume: if you get 1% every day, you will end 37 times better at the end of the year. And 1% can be just an intention, just a small act towards your objective, or just the mere repetition of a habit. And that also can be the headache you get from studying or trying to learning something new, even when you think you don't understand nothing that was equal to zero. No, it's always 1%. Always. You are always going to one direction, and if you repeat and if you have the intention of achieving or doing something, that is progress no matter what, even if you can't see it. Okay, so this is the one for the 1% every day. Okay, let's go. Oh, how progress really looks like. The ice cube metaphor. How progress is really looks like. Progresso is progress in Portuguese. Okay, so let's say there are minus 10 degrees inside the room. Okay, it's cold, and there's an ice cube in front of you. Okay, and it's minus 10 degrees, so it's cold as hell, and the ice cube is solid as a rock. Okay, solid as a rock, and you decrease 1 degree, and now it's minus 10 degrees. It's still cold, just 1 degree. You are still cold. The ice cube is the same in front of you, right? But then let's say you decrease minus 4 degrees. It's minus or increase 5 degrees. Now it's minus 4 degrees. Okay, that's some temperature, 6 in total. Maybe you feel a little bit less cold, but the ice cube is still like a rock, solid as hell. Okay, but you already increased 6 degrees in temperature Celsius, and it's okay, cool. But nothing happened to the ice cube. But then you increase more 3. Everything the same, except the temperature. The temperature is minus 1 degrees Celsius, and you increase the temperature by just one more degree, and boom, an increase in 10 degrees made the ice cube melt. Is liquid now, water, no more solid. And it was the increase from -1 to 0. It was less or more important from the increase from minus 10 to -9. It is as important as every single degree. -1 to 0 is important as -10 to -9 and -6 to -5. It's the same. It's same as important. One is so important as the other. And this is the same from the creation of a habit and the results a habit give you. Okay, so like I said previously, the if you want to the habit to exercise, just putting the clothes, it's 1%, it's 1 degree, and that is so important as final the final process of creating a habit, which is doing the exercise itself. The first one is so important as the last one when we are talking about a creation of a habit, or the process of creating a habit. Okay, so you can also put this on the intention on everything, and the results that you will get are the same. Okay, so the first week you do exercise, you won't see results, but it is equally important as 3 months later, 6 months later, when you start to see some real cool results, for example. Okay, so this is nice to give value to the small improvements, to the small gains, to the small things that uh, sometimes are easily forget, or not so valuable valuable for the people. Okay, so it's important and nice to give us an high five for just establishing the intention and continue along the way to create the habit, or to achieve whatever you want. Okay, the same thing for dating. For example, probably your first dates were terrible, let's say, but 1 degree by another, 1 date after another, you increase your abilities to date, to flirt, and maybe you're an expert now, or you are becoming one in wherever field, to walk, learning to walk. Okay, so this is the thing. Progress is small, and the first step is equally important as the last steps. Okay, so mini resume. There you are in the room with me minus 10 degrees, and there's an ice cube in front of you, and you increase the temperature by 9 degrees, and now it's minus 1 degree. The ice cube is solid as a rock, and you feel a little bit less cold. But just when you increase from minus 1 to 0, that's only when the ice cube melts. But the shift from minus 10 to minus 9 is equally important as minus 1 to 0. And that's where the results came. The same is for the creation of habits. Just dressing the shirt or the clothing to start creating a new habit is equally important as the end result, which is doing the exercise itself. Okay, so starting small, even it's apparently insignificant, is really necessary and as valuable as doing the thing itself that you want to do. Okay, and even the intention, just the intention thinking, that is good, and it's progress. It's more 1 degree to get that 0 degree and have the progress or the result you want. Okay, so let's go to one more. The peak of your potential. One more graphic. Dope. One more graphic. Paint, my friend. Let's go. Okay. This is to tell you what you will get through before you establish a new habit, tendentially. Okay? So, normally, people think that a habit works like this. You start a habit, you start seeing results. Okay, so on the left side we have results. Here on the down here we have repetition. Let's say repetition, because repetition is what you want in a habit, not time. Repetition, even they are associated with repetition and time, or they can be. Okay, so people start a habit and they think they will get linear results. I will start lifting weights and you'll start seeing results. No, it will be very, very hard. Actually, it's something like this. You start and you see no results for a while, and then just after that, you start to see some results, but those results and those gains, those learnings, they compound itself, and you can even become better than you were expecting. Okay, that's when you cross what you were expecting by real life. Okay, because we overestimate what we can do in a year, and we underestimate we can do in 10 years. This applies very well to here. It's the same. Okay, so here it crosses what we expect from what we get from real life if we do things consistently. Okay, and so this is the same to creating a habit, and this right here is the valley of disappointment. The valley of disappointment is the hard initial times when trying to create a new habit, where we barely see new results, and it's very, very hard, which leads me to my second graphic. This one was created by me. This is especially in the valley of disappointment, where you actually have worse results than you were expecting, and this happened. So this is the variable faith. Okay, faith. And now it's time, not necessarily repetitions. Now it's really time. So before you start the habit, your faith is up here. I will start the habit. It will be easy. I will start seeing results. It will be awesome. I will start the habit, and suddenly I want to start the habit, and I will go do it. and you start, and the first day maybe you go, you are motivated, let's go, your faith is high there. But then one day passes, you did 1 hour and a half at the gym, and then boom, you wake up the next day feeling shit, so tired, and you say, "What the hell happened? I'm not going to the gym. It's so goddamn hard." And then, well, your faith is really, really below where it was previously. So, uh, but then some days crossed, passed, and maybe you gain a little bit of faith. No, this today I'm motivated again, and you go, and then you earn so motivated, and then you are again, and it goes on and on. Okay, but this is nice to understand why. This is nice to understand because right here, when you are right here, you can see it's temporary. You can see that, like yesterday, I felt super good in going to the gym. Well, it will be days that you will feel very, very not motivated to go to the gym. So you probably will want not to go. And it's in those times that you should use this tactic, which is the minimum that I can do. Which is the minimum I can do. If here I did an hour and a half, well, maybe here I will do just 30 minutes, if that is more viable to you because of other time. Maybe it's not faith, maybe it's time, other priorities. You want to put more time on other things. 30 minutes, or even 10, or even just you don't go to the gym, you just run, for example. That also gives space to maintain the creation of habit. But just knowing though that these days are going to appear, it's huge, 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 very, very good to know and understand, because after you understand them, you can work with them, which is the minimum that I can do today to continue building my habit. Because after you have the habit, it's automatic, it's part of you, so you won't have uh, such setbacks like these ones because it will be automated. Okay, so it's an illusion to think that in the beginning we are going to have substantial gains and we are going to maintain this performance. Okay, creating a new habit normally, it takes time. It takes time. Okay, mini resume. Let's go. So when we are creating a new habit, we expect to get linear results. So I start to train and I start showing results, but that's not what happens. What happens is the valley of disappointment, which is a difference between what I expect and what it happens in real life. So when I start making the habit, I get really, really small results. But over time, those small learnings and those small repetitions, they accumulate over time, and the real life even give us results that we were not expecting, surpassing what you were expecting. It's that old phrase from Tony Robbins: we overestimate what we can do in a year, and we underestimate what we can do in 10 years. The same is for creating a habit or seeing the results from a habit. Actually, in the valley of disappointment, we see a lot this. We start with a lot of faith, and then we have lots of upside downs. It is impossible. Oh my god, now I can do it. Now, oh my god, I can't. And in the moments that you think you can't and it's impossible, you must use this tool, which is the minimum that I can do today. So you can continue making the habit and making it automatic and more easy to do. Easy peasy, my friends. Let's go. Okay. Systems, not goals. This is to show you that systems are better than goals. Okay, systems are better than goals. Okay, we shouldn't focus mainly on the goal. Okay, because the goal distracts you from pursuing what will get you there. Okay, because the goal is just a goal. The system is what will make you there. So focus on what system in your life you can build to get there. Okay, so create a system, because whether you do it or not, you are in one. Create a system where you do what's right no matter what. That's the ideal, and that involves socially, like friends, people. Okay, so which habits do you share with them or get from them, from your people around you? The patterns of behavior, for example, drinking, smoking, exercising, cool jokes, bad jokes. Okay, whatever that is for you. Physically, how is the environment around you? It's easy to get into unwanted habits, or the habits to make are the easy ones. You have apples over your house. You don't have any candy because you remove the candy. You have your water off bottle. You have reminders for you to do the good stuff on your free time. So, in practice, mean if you want to be healthy, do you have donuts around your house? If so, don't buy them when you go into the supermarket. Okay, so porn, for example, get an app that blocks you to go into those websites, or to enter in some game that is stealing your time. So systems are good to maintain your habits and doing what is easy continuously, because your system, it dictates your actions. Okay, you are what your environment makes you from, so change it if it's necessary, or make some conversations with some friends that you want to change some habits and ask for some help. Let's start doing some exercise, for example. Okay, so if if you are in a good system, even if you create a good system for yourself, you are influenced that system, because we don't control every variable. But but if you create a good system, you are evolving no matter what. Okay, and finally, objectives should give you the direction. Okay, objectives, they give you the direction. That's what they're for. And systems, they dictate your progress. Okay, and I will tell you even more deeply why goals are not so important as systems. Okay, but before, let's just do a mini resume. Okay, so you have to build you have to build a good system, not focusing on your goal. Focus on your system, and your system is everything around you, physically, mentally, socially, everything. Okay, so for example, socially, which habits are you taking from your friends, for example? Good habits or bad habits? Physically, it is easy to do the right thing, or it's hard to do the right thing because you have candy all over your house, donuts, or you have healthy snacks, you have water. Okay, so create a system where doing the easy thing is easy and doing the hard thing is hard, because you don't even see them. You can use apps to help you on this, put reminders from your on your house, whatever you want. Okay, goals just should decide the orientation, systems decide your progress no matter what. So create the good systems, think on that. The last one but not least, 4 problems from focusing on your goals. Let's go. Problem number 1: winners and losers have the same goals. Have the same goal. Okay. Everybody wants to win the marathon. Okay. Everybody wants to win the marathon, but some guys win, some guys lose, some guys don't even participate. Okay, even though they want it, but they don't want to do the stuff, or they can't do the stuff. Everybody wants to be fit or rich, but focusing on it won't help you achieving what you want. Okay, that's why you have to focus on the system. Number 2: reaching objectives is temporary. Okay, so you want to get rich, you get it. You want to get a degree, you get it, that's awesome. But then you get it, and now what do you do? Okay, there's nothing more to drive you forwards. Okay, and that can create an inner conflict. And you also can see this on the documentary Weight of Gold from Michael Phelps, where he says that um, no matter winning or losing, he felt an emptiness inside of him for not knowing what to do next. Okay, that's why systems are good. Three, goals restrain your happiness. Okay, so no matter what are goals, there are always external variables that you can't control that can happen to you. For example, getting sick, getting an accident, just two. You can have more. Okay, so goals restrain your happiness. Okay, even if it's rich, win a marathon, you know, anything. Goals restrain your happiness because there's too many external variables that can interfere with that, even though most of the responsibility is ours. Okay, four, goals are at odds with long-term progress. For example, you want to be fit for the summer, that's cool, that's awesome, but then the summer ends and there are no more time to show your body. Your motivation goes away and you start eating junk food again. That prevents you from maintaining your progress of being a healthy person. So it's a yo-yo effect. Okay, you get healthy in the summer or fit, and then you start eating junk food, you start getting more fat, and then it's coming the summer, and you start doing exercise again, and it's a cycle. It's a yo-yo effect. Okay, so goals are at odds with long-term progress. For example, you want to run for that marathon, and that marathon comes, but then the marathon ends, and you have no more motivation to continue because why? Okay, so that's why systems are important. That's the solution. Systems, physically, socially, mentally, start changing the conversation with yourself and with the people around you, so you do what you want to do no matter what, so the progress can maintain itself no matter what. Okay, amazing, my friends, this is for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Now I have to work, and for those that don't know, I'm a psychology student here in Portugal, and I'm a master of creating good habits. And I hope you maintain your presence with me here in my next lectures or just watching the videos. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye bye.